This is Top Accurate Global News Update. I am Abiodun Mohammed. The FBI on Thursday arrested Jack Douglas Teixeira, a 21-year-old member of the U.S. Air National Guard, over the leaks online of classified documents that embarrassed Washington with allies around the world. Federal agents in an armored car and military gear swooped in on Teixeira, dressed in gym shorts, a t-shirt and trainers, at his home in Dayton, Massachusetts, a mostly wooded town of 8,000, about 50 miles south of Boston. The arrest comes a week after the leaks first became widely known, setting Washington on edge about the damage they may have caused. The episode embarrassed the US by revealing its spying on allies and purported Ukrainian military vulnerabilities. The leak of documents, posted largely on social media sites, was believed to be the most serious security breach since more than 700,000 documents, videos, and diplomatic cables appeared on the WikiLeaks website in 2010. Teixeira was an airman first class at Otis Air National Guard Base in Massachusetts. According to his service record, he joined the Air National Guard in 2019 and worked as a cyber transport systems journeyman or an IT specialist. North Korea has announced the successful test of its first solid-fuel intercontinental ballistic missile (ICBM), a key goal of leader Kim Jong-un's plan to develop more advanced and powerful weaponry. The test was detected on Thursday by South Korea and Japan, which briefly ordered residents on its northern island of Hokkaido to evacuate. North Korean state media confirmed the launch of the missile, dubbed Hwasong-18, on Friday morning. The event was supervised by Kim, who was accompanied by his wife, young daughter, and powerful sister, Kim Hyo-jong. Solid-fuel missiles are safer to use, easier to maneuver, and faster to deploy than liquid-propelled variants, which need to be loaded at the launch site and were a key part of a 5-year arms development plan Kim unveiled in 2021. Ukrainian troops have been forced to withdraw from some territory in the battlefield city of Bakhmut as Russia mounts a renewed assault there with intense artillery fire over the past 2 days, Britain said in an intelligence update on Friday. In quote, Russia has re-energized its assault on the Donetsk Oblast town of Bakhmut as forces of the Russian MOD and Wagner Group have improved cooperation, it said, referring to Russia's defense ministry and its main mercenary force. Wagner has taken the lead on the Russian side in the months-long battle, deadliest of the war, for troops on both sides, but the mercenary group's leader had complained of poor support for his forces from the regular military. It said Wagner units were now focusing on advancing in the center of Bakhmut, while Russian paratroopers were relieving them in attacks on the city's flank. Bakhmut, which held around 70,000 people before the war, has been Russia's main target in a massive winter offensive that has so far yielded scant gains despite infantry ground combat of an intensity unseen in Europe since World War II. European foreign policy officials sought to present a tough stance against China's threat over self-ruled Taiwan on Friday after comments by French President Emmanuel Macron drew a backlash for being perceived to be weak. China in recent days has held intense military drills around Taiwan, which it claims as its own, and has never renounced the use of force to bring the democratic island under its control. German Foreign Minister Annalena Baerbock, addressing the issue at a press conference in Beijing alongside her Chinese counterpart, King Gang, said any attempt by China to control Taiwan would be unacceptable and would have serious repercussions for Europe. EU Foreign Policy Chief Joseph Borrell echoed her remarks in a statement prepared for a speech due to be delivered in Beijing at the Center for China and Globalization think tank on Friday that had to be cancelled due to him catching COVID-19. In quote, a military escalation in the Taiwan Strait, through which 50% of world trade goes every day, would be a horror scenario for the entire world, said Baerbock, adding it would have, in quote, inevitable repercussions for European interests. In interviews published after his trip to China last week, which was meant to showcase European unity on China policy, Macron cautioned against being drawn into a crisis over Taiwan, driven by an American reading and a Chinese overreaction. Algeria's parliament has approved a new media law that tightens control over the work of journalists and imposes new restrictions, while the government said the law is key to ensuring the free exercise of media activity under legal controls. Reporters Without Borders (RSF) said the law included negative chapters that constitute a violation of press freedom. The law bans the Algerian media from receiving any funding or material assistance from any foreign entity. Communications Minister Mohamed Bouslimane said the law aims to enshrine freedom and pluralism of the press and protect it from all forms of deviation. The new law de facto excludes dual nationals from the right to own or contribute to the ownership of a media outlet in Algeria, unlike the old law that required formal authorization from the Ministry of Communication to create a newspaper. The new one is much easier in that it says journalists can set up a media outlet by only making a statement. Earlier this month, a court in Algeria sentenced Issani El-Kadi, a prominent journalist, to 5 years in prison. Issani, a vocal critic of the government who was arrested on December 24th, has been accused of receiving foreign funding. That is the size of top accolade global news update. You can follow us on our social media platforms as displayed on your screen. Happy weekend.